office remembering all this information. And it was just great to hear talking about how this all came back to her.
Yeah, it's impressive to hear a story like that. And, of course, it has to make you feel pretty good because we've talked about this is also personal for you.
It is.
Yeah.
I got interested in brain health research because of my family history of memory issues. I wanted to understand how the brain changes as we age, and that's what we've been able to research here at Quincy Bioscience. We see so many problems out there, and a lot of those, I believe, are solved by addressing the health of the brain. And if you have a healthy, fulfilled life, you want to have a brain that's performing properly, and that's really where the good news comes from. We've been able to identify a very simple but elegant replacement protein, one found in nature, and it certainly was fascinating enough for me to dedicate my life towards it. And we're proud to offer it in Prevagen. It's a great opportunity to help people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been a great interview, and I want to thank you so much for your time. So as we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts as we close out the show?
Well, the key to understanding that this is a very simple and effective supplement. Mm-hmm. It's safe. Prevagen is something that's helped hundreds of thousands of people, and the results are backed up in our clinical trials.
Okay, Mark Underwood, thank you so much for being here. Okay, folks, here is the final chance to take advantage of this special offer. If you want to try Prevagen, a special toll-free number for you to call is set up. Here is the number again, 888-948-7948. Now, Prevagen is the first and only formula on the market today. It's been clinically shown, as you've been hearing, to support your brain health. And when you do, you're going to get the benefits we've been talking about. Being able to have a better memory, staying focused, being able to concentrate. All you have to do is call toll-free right now, 888-948-7948. And as we've mentioned, Mark is putting together a special offer only available to our listeners. If you call in the next 10 minutes, you're going to qualify to receive a free bottle of Prevagen. So when you buy two, you'll get a third bottle free. Buy two, get the third bottle free by calling this number, 888-948-7948. And yes, shipping and processing will also be free. Also, and today only, you can receive a free copy of the Brain Health Guide with your order. So again, this is a great offer. Do something good for yourself or someone you love. Do it for your family. It's a great opportunity, and you need to call right now, toll free, 888-948-7948. 888-948-7948. Again, the number 888-948-7948. And I invite you to join us again next time for a special edition of the Brain Health Show. Make it a healthy day, everyone.
You have been listening to the Brain Health Show. The program you've listened to is a paid advertisement for Prevagen. The statements made in today's program have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
AM 1470, WNN, with more of what you need to know. Here are the latest from Invite Health with Jerry Hickey, weekdays at 9 on AM 1470, WNN.
Recently, after a heavy rain, I discovered water stains on my ceiling. I picked up the phone and I called my old friend Lanny Galfand at Pioneer Roofing. I've known Lanny since I first came to South Florida back in 1983. In fact, he was one of the founding sponsors of the Steve Kane Show. Pioneer Roofing came out to my home, they inspected the roof, and to my great relief, Lanny told me I didn't need a new roof, just a simple repair. Whether it's a new roof, a simple simple repair, whether it's residential or commercial, you want the best. And the best is Lanny Gelfand and Andrew at Pioneer Roofing. Pioneer Roofing, your friends in high places and a charter sponsor of the Steve Kane Show, serving Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade County. Call 954-920-7688. That's 954-920-7688 and tell them Steve Kane sent you.
What you want to know. What you need to know. Talk 1470. WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Golf and Travel Show, the place to fine-tune your swing, dress for the course, club, or cruise, and get tips on the best places to play and stay at the right price. Vacation or staycation, host Dan Schub, along with his expert co-hosts and guests, will tell you where to go. To play golf and vacation, that is. Now, here's Dan.
And welcome to the Golf and Travel Show. I'm your host, Dan Schub, and tonight, like we always do at this time, we'll be talking a little bit of golf and we'll be talking some travel, and we do have a good show in store for you tonight. I'm looking forward to it myself, and in just a couple of minutes, we're going to be chatting with Ed Riggs, and he is the chairman of the Charleston and Resorts Islands Golf, and they've got some wonderful courses there. And I haven't played any of them yet, so I'm looking forward to learning more about it. And we will also, a little bit later in the show, be talking to Adam Brim, and he is the national sales manager for Tifosi Optics. And that company I am very familiar with. I've been wearing their sunglasses for many, many years. They make a great product at a great price. And they have a whole bunch of new products that they're introducing at the beginning of the year, and they'll be showing them at the PGA Merchandise Show in about a week or two. And we're going to get the first dibs on finding out what the newest from Tifosi is. And it's not only for golf. They've got products for just about every sport or activity that you might be planning. So I'm looking forward to that. And, of course, we're going to have a golf tip of the week in just a minute or two. And I do have some deals on travel for everybody later in the show. So if you're looking to get away and you don't want to pay too much, well, I've got a deal for you. But first, like I always like to do at this time, I want to introduce you to my co-host. And he's that guy with that beautiful swing, none other than Jess Frank, PGA teaching professional and the owner of the Jess Frank Golf Academy at Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club right here in Boca Raton. And Jess, he likes to specialize in on-course instruction with V1 video analysis because he believes that every lesson and swing is different. Jess likes to focus on the scoring part of your game, those short shots that are taught best on the golf course, which instills plenty of confidence. And you might know him from his work at area country clubs such as St. Andrews, Boca Lago, and Broken Sound. Jess loves to teach. He's got a passion for the game because if you didn't notice already, golf can be challenging, but Jess makes it easy for you to learn and excel. And how are you tonight, Jess?
I am excellent, Dan, and good evening to you, and good evening to all our listeners out there, and just another gorgeous day here in Boca Raton, Florida. Just so lucky and fortunate to be in this area and teaching golf outside, and I mean, it's just, it was definitely a Chamber of Commerce day, that's for sure.
Yeah, up by where I live, which is about an hour north of here, it was a little bit cool this morning, not too bad. Not bad. Last night a little bit cool, but if you watch the weather, every weatherman is saying that we've got the best weather in the country right now, and we're going to be enjoying that for at least the next couple of weeks, if not the next couple of months.
Yeah, I just saw there was a post about Michigan that they have 12 feet of snow up there, so I'm very lucky to be here, and if it's in the 50s, 60s, 70s, hey, bring it on, I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, if it cools down just a tiny bit, it's refreshing for us.
It is really nice, and it makes it great for golf. So, and people should come and visit, and I know they are.
I was watching on the news the other day, and maybe it was just yesterday, and it was snowing in Jacksonville.
Oh, wow.
My son lives up there in Jacksonville, and it's like, it's snowing up there. It's that's Florida, but it's still not as good as what we have down here.
Yeah, no, it's we are very fortunate, and there was it was a busy day this afternoon, and just great to be just feel so lucky to be able to do that, and it's fun. It's fun, really is.
I'm actually going to be playing in the morning, which I don't get to play that often, so it'll be nice. I got to get myself in shape before the show, and I'm going to be playing at the Champions Club at Summerfield, which is up in Stewart.
Nice. Yes. Great course.
Yep. It's quite nice. So I'll fill you in on how it went. I have not been playing as much as I would like to, and
live report.
Yeah, and I actually bought a new putter on eBay.
Uh-oh, look out.
I know.
Going short?
No, of course not.
Oh, geez.
Of course not. That's the problem. Yeah, because I don't want to break any rules, so I don't recall exactly when the new rule takes effect, but it's not against long putters, it's against anchoring.
Anchoring, right.
And so even though I have been anchoring, I'm very comfortable if I don't have to anchor with the long putter anyway. And what's happening is the manufacturers are not making them because people are misunderstanding that you can't use a long putter at all, as opposed to that you just can't anchor it. So I only have one long putter, and most golfers know that you can't have just one putter or one driver, because when they misbehave, you have to punish them and put them away in some dark place and, let them, think a little bit about what they've done, and take out another one. So, so I picked up a brand new Yes putter.
There you go.
And, they've got that little half moon thing, with the little grooves. It's supposed to get the ball rolling real quick and not no backspin, whatever.
Great putter.
$199 retail.
Mm-hmm.
On eBay, a company called Golf Etal.
Okay.
I think delivered it was like $25 or $27 delivered.
Yeah, because nobody's buying them anymore because of the fact that they're illegal.
I'm that guy.
I know,
I'm the one guy buying them.
Yeah, but what does it matter for the golfing public out there that has no, there's no stake in anything? All they want to do is enjoy the game and have fun. And if it makes it easier for you and it keeps people playing, then why not?
Until I have you on retainer, following me everywhere I go, I'm not playing for any money or anything like that. So,
exactly. That's just that's a whole other issue about the USGA and what they've done. But yeah, it's if you're gonna go out and play and you want to, and it makes it easier and more fun. I mean, golf's hard enough. It's very challenging, and why not?
Just gave me such a perfect segue. Golf is hard enough, and that's why you have a free tip, right? It's going to help everybody right here and right now.
Yeah. It's interestingly enough, I have found that, going back to the basics, and one of the basics is just getting proper alignment, can help so many people, because I see so many people out there who either aim way right or way left, and it just I see most of the people aim way right. So what happens for a right-handed golfer?
When you think about it, okay, you're looking at your ball and you're perpendicular, parallel, or whatever, your shoulder right, but your head is facing straight to the right, and especially us older guys like myself. I'm not extremely old, but I don't have that much range of motion from my neck to turn it all the way to get a perfectly straight line down, my target line. So I think just by nature, you probably think you're more straight than you really are.
It is.
I'm guessing.
Visually, see what's interesting about this, since the golf ball's out in front of you, visually you're looking towards the golf ball, so you're actually thinking, your brain is thinking that you need to aim to the right because the golf ball's out to the right. So what happens is that you aim 30 yards right, and then you make your golf swing that comes too far inside and then too far over the top, and then you get a big slice, and it just...
would golf be easier if we played like croquet or something,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, golf's so funny. It's like you have this golf ball, you have a ball on the ground, it's not moving. You have a club, with an iron head or, a decent size head, and you're trying to hit this little ball, and it's so challenging, and it's just because of the fact the ball's on the ground, so you're on an angle, you're on a plane, geometrically it can be very confusing, and then you have a club face that's moving when you're swinging, it's moving all around in your backswing, and you have to get it back to square into the back of the ball, and it's just something that can be pretty challenging. But if you get yourself aligned up well and to the golf ball and line yourself to the target, I think it makes it a lot simpler. And also, when you're practicing, use alignment sticks. Lay alignment sticks down on the ground where there's one outside the ball, and then it's almost like a tunnel. You can make one outside the ball and then one that's parallel to your feet. So you almost have like a little tunnel there that you can swing through. And so if you do that, at least you know you're aligned. And if you go to any PGA Tour event or LPGA Tour event, you'll see everybody on the range with some sort of alignment aid.
It makes me feel so much better to know that the pros also need to play, with these alignment aids and do things, or they're going to be doing the same mistakes that we do. Maybe
absolutely.
not as bad or not as frequently, but we all can fall trap to these issues.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's something that needs to be addressed in your golf game, just as your grip needs to be addressed and your posture needs to be addressed.
And your ball needs to be addressed.
And your ball needs to be addressed, exactly. Hello, ball. And just so making sure your club face is good. And just, you don't have to be perfect with these things, because God knows that the golfing is not a game of perfect, and so at least we can come close and give ourselves the best opportunity.
Is relatively wide typically if it's not the U.S. Open or something, yet we still look at it, even when they say, oh man, look at all that room out there, and you still miss it.
Exactly. That plus the tee boxes, there's a lot of tee boxes that don't align straight with the fairway.
That's not nice.
That push it off to the right or push it to the left.
That is just not fair.
Most of the tee boxes aim too far to the right, and so that even makes it worse, because now you're even aimed further right. And so it really it comes down to something that it's pretty simple if you work on it and kind of understand, and then you can get yourself a routine where you can put the club face down, you can aim the club face, you can step into the ball with your trail foot, aim the club face down towards the target, and from there you can at least get yourself somewhat where your feet, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders are all parallel to that target line. And that's going to give you the best opportunity to hit a straight shot. So
you mean more so than just buying a new driver?
Yeah, well, we always encourage,
same swing, it's still going to go to the right, right?
Same swing if that club face is open. So
fix the swing,
exactly.
Fix the alignment,
fix your alignment,
your current club
fix
will
the
work
swing,
much better.
Fix a little bit of the club face, and you'll probably just play just fine.
There you go. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You.
My pleasure.
There's your free tip of the week. So make sure that you take it seriously, because these are precious tips. They could be very powerful. Need to be careful.
Gems.
What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the Golf and Travel Show. Stay tuned. And we are back, and that's where you typically are, hitting on the back of the range, huh?
Yeah, all
hopefully
day
making
today.
At least a dime, right?
Yeah, nickel. It's all good. We're spreading the cheer.
There you
people
go.
to hit the ball better.
And speaking of the range, where you spend all your time, I think you have a few words to say about that, don't you?
Absolutely. A great place called Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club, and the home of the Just Frank Golf Academy, where we offer a classic South Florida golfing experience featuring 18 holes of championship golf and a fun-filled 9-hole executive golf course, great for the family and great for beginners to gain a ton of confidence on that 9-hole course. The par 72 18-hole championship course is the perfect layout for all golfing abilities, with a distance exceeding 7,000 yards from the back tees, which we do not encourage you to play. But if you're pretty good, then go ahead. But the course is framed by colorful landscapes unique to beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. The 9-hole executive course features a fun par 27 layout and measures just over 1,600 yards from the back tees. The perfect course to practice your short game or go for it with a quick round in the morning, lunch break, or after work. And I have to tell you, I have a ton of friends who walk that course in the morning before they go to work, and they love it. It's great exercise. Now, both courses opened a few years ago at a time when courses were constructed without limitations and subdivisions, and roads did not determine the design. So you're gonna get the full-fledged feeling of a great golf course. And again, Boca Dunes having an 18-hole championship, 9-hole executive course, and the only lighted driving range in Boca Raton, Florida. So come please check us out. And you can call for tee times today at 561-451-1600. That number again is 561-451-1600. or you can take a look at their website at bocadunes.com. That's bocadunes.com.
And we are back. And no, Jess and I are not doing the Charleston in here, but we just wanted to get in the mood a little bit for one of my favorite towns to hang out in. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to hang out there and play some golf, so I want to do that one day and find out a little bit more about that. But one of my favorite places to eat, I love the restaurant scene there.
Amazing.
And that would be the city of Charleston. And to find out a little bit more about Charleston and some of the golf that's in the area, which is wonderful, I hear. Yes. We have a guy who knows all about it, and that would be the chairman of the Charleston and Resort Islands Golf, and that would be Ed Riggs. Ed, are you with us?
Doing good. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, we are doing great.
Excellent, sir.
And we're just happy that you're with us, because like I say, for me, unfortunately, I discovered Charleston only a few years ago. I had never had a chance to be there, and now, unfortunately for me, I've been using it kind of as like a place to kind of stop in between going to other places, and it's a great place to take a pit stop, but I really need to immerse myself a little more and have the time to do some of the wonderful things, and we want to find out from you what some of those wonderful things are. And obviously, since golf is your main area of expertise, why don't we talk a little golf first, and then after that, maybe you could tell us about the other things that you do when it's dark out, at least. Because when it's light, I suppose you'd want to do nothing but play golf, because you have so much great golf there, correct?
Yes, we do. We have wonderful golf. And as a matter of fact, about 20 years ago, we looked around and said, you know, Charleston's great for this and that and the other, culinary and tourists and historic and all the things that are unique about the city. But we hadn't emphasized the one thing that we had that was a treasure that we hadn't really brought to the surface, and that was the great golf courses we have in Charleston. You know, we have the Ocean Course at Kiowa, which has just been ranked by Sports Illustrated as like number 2 in the country. It's a magnificent track right along the Atlantic Ocean and not far from the city.
Now, of course, that's the one that we see on TV, you know.
A few major events
more
of that
often,
course.
Right.
Yeah.
So that, you know, even though I haven't played it, I'm familiar with it, but people can play it, right?
Yep. And that is a wonderful track. It will wear you out. And the thing about that course is, you know, if you play it and the wind is whipping at about 60 miles an hour, you're John Daly going with the wind, and you're a wimp going against the wind.
But why does it seem, though, more often than not, when you play golf in the wind, it's more often in your face than at your back? I don't know why, but it always seems that way.
Yes, it does, particularly Ocean Course.
Yeah.
Then we got the Wild Dunes. You got a number of courses at Kiowa, and then you've got a number of courses at 2 courses at Wild Dunes on the Isle of Palms, which is magnificent. Both courses are wonderful, and you know, in the wintertime, all the courses are overseeded with ryegrass. So I mean, you've got green grass to hit on, and it's you know, beautiful. You know, people come from the northern area of the country when you're snowed in, and you know, we're cold here today. It might be about 40, 50 degrees. People play golf today. You know, it gets down to 30, maybe 12 days a year. But you know, people from Ohio and that area, they're playing in short sleeve shirts, and you know, the locals are playing in coats and stocking hats and stuff like that. And people from you know, up where it really gets cold, you know, they're in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah, no, we understand that too, because occasionally we get a little cold down here, and the natives are freezing, but the folks from like Canada come down here and they're out there swimming when it's, you know, 40 degrees and we're shivering. But
yeah, it's crazy.
It is, and it's kind of nice though to be able to play in a little bit of a brisker, you know, weather as well. I mean, when we play here in the summer, and I guess by you too, it's a little bit warm, so that weather is refreshing. It's nice to be out in the cooler weather, right?
Yes, it is, and you know, we have the courses in Charleston are varied, from the resort courses on the ocean to we have Patriots Point on Charleston Harbor, which has Fort Sumter, which was the site of the Revolutionary War It was the first defeat of the British Navy right here, just before the 4th of July. First defeat of the British Navy, and it turned the tide for the Americans in their liberation from England. So, and you can see Fort Sumter from Patriots Point. You can see downtown Charleston. It's kind of like a golf experience with a wonderful panoramic view of a lot of historic areas. So, I mean, the combination is incredible. It's a wide open course, and, you know, if you hit an errant shot, you don't get penalized very hard, but it's a wonderful layout. And we've got about 20 golf courses here in town that there's not a bad golf course in the area. It's just wonderful golf, and the people are friendly, the food's good, and we just invite people to come down and experience it for themselves, just to see how good it is, particularly this time of year.
Now, I was going to ask you, when you talk about different times of the year, is there a value season? I mean, obviously, when the weather's a little colder, you probably do scare a few people off for the faint of heart. So, I mean, is there a time of year where it's less expensive to come visit and experience Charleston?
Absolutely. About 20 years ago, I got together with all the golf courses, and I said, give me 4 seasons, okay? And let's package these golf courses and hotels in points where you don't need the business. You know, the price goes up a little bit around the Masters, and in the height of the golf season, and everybody's want to get out on the course. And then give me the low season when you really want the business. And so essentially November, December, January, February, and up until about March 15 is a value season. Then it peaks through the spring and Augusta and all the tours through the Southeast and the Heritage, and then it drops again through the summer, and then in the fall it picks back up as kind of a peak area, and then again back in the winter it drops back down. So winter and summer are probably your best values on playing golf in the Charleston area.
Now, is it similar for the hotels? Because I know the key places in the historic districts and whatnot can be a little pricey. So do the hotels also offer discounts these times of the year?
Absolutely. When it's kind of unique because the golf courses on the resorts, Kiowa and Wild Dunes, they are busy in the summertime. So, your strategy, in booking would be to book a downtown hotel and whatever golf course you felt, was appropriate for your budget. And so you may not play the Ocean Course and you may not play the Wild Dunes links, but you can because it's very affordable. So you can stay in affordable accommodations downtown or around the area and pick up the best golf you can ever play or the cheapest golf you could play. Either way, but those value seasons do represent a heck of a bargain.
Yeah, when you stay at a hotel downtown too, what's nice is if you perhaps have a non-playing spouse, that there's a lot of stuff that you could walk to. So if you take the car with your clubs and you go out to the golf course for 4 or 5 hours, there's plenty of things that folks can do in the downtown area on foot, right?
Yep, there are more things you can do than you have time for.
The last time I stopped, I was just driving up to New York, and like I say, literally it was just a pit stop, but I just love that city so much that I'll obviously, coming off of 95, if you're really trying to make time I was heading all the way to New York. It is a bit out of the way, but I just love it so much that I do it. And I parked my car, and I was going to try and go to my favorite restaurant, which on Bay Street I like, the Pearl. It's a like an oyster bar kind of a place, and
that's
just
wonderful.
Jam-packed all the time. And I'm walking down the street from where I parked, and I'm walking past some of these historic buildings, and in about 10 minutes I passed, I think, 3 wedding ceremonies that were going on.
Oh yeah, Charleston is big in the weddings business. As a matter of fact, talking about that, a lot of people get married on a golf course around Charleston. And I mentioned Patriots Point earlier. They have a big venue out there overlooking 18 and Charleston Harbor, which is magnificent. You see the ships coming and going, and you see the sailing vessels and whatnot, and it is incredible. And so it's very popular. You know, it's probably number 1, number 2 in wedding destinations.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city.
And for those couples where the honeymoon never ends, they like to go back too. It's a very romantic city. You know, the couples just like to, you know, they have a lot of those romance packages and, you know, with the great dining.
Good bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
The Pinckney Inn. That was a fun place.
Charleston was kind of turned into a culinary destination. So, you know, you'd be hard pressed to find a bad restaurant here because we've got so many wonderful. We got local seafood. It's farm to table. It is incredible food with the seafood from the ocean, the crabs and the shrimp, the fish. It's all fresh and it comes in off the ocean, and it's hard to beat.
Well, and that's what I found out. And now that I hear about how wonderful the golf is, that's what I've been missing. So now I have to add that to my repertoire when I'm coming through town next time. Make sure that I leave enough time